Hello everyone, my name is Jillian. So for today's video, we're going to be doing a little get ready with me. So I'm going to be showing you guys how I do my go-to glam look for going out anywhere or even every day, honestly, because who cares? If you want to do your makeup every day, do your makeup every day, baby girl. But yeah, guys, I'm going to be showing you guys how I do my go-to makeup. I'm going to be showing you guys the products I use. It's going to be an in-depth get ready with me. But yeah, guys, let's get into the makeup. When it comes to prepping my skin, I don't do much. If I'm doing my makeup in the day, I do put on sunscreen. But if I'm doing it in the night, I don't. Let me know if y'all do, but I don't. I'm like, I don't know, it's the night. But for sunscreen, I usually use the Sunbum like SPF stick. And I just think it's like easier. And I just slide that all over my face and my neck. And then with my fingers, I lightly rub it all over just so that I know I got everywhere and that it's like evenly spread out. So next, I always do my eyebrows first, no matter what. Eyebrows are always first for me. So because my hair is dyed like an orangey red color, it's a little bit faded right now, but you know, I do use this like reddish brown shade right here from the Morphe 5C palette. I've had this little palette for years. It's an eyeshadow palette. I had it for years and it's done me very good. And then I just take a flat angled brush, and then honestly I don't even pick up like that much product because I don't know, I don't like my eyebrows like too dark either. First I just start off making a line under my eyebrow on the bottom, and then I don't do a line on the top. I kind of just blend it up like this, and then whatever color is there left on the brush, I kind of just blend it in. But yeah, that's pretty much all I do for my eyebrows. Now to lay my eyebrows, I use the e.l.f. brow lift, the clear one. I used to use the e.l.f. soap brow. It's like a white one, and I just felt like it always left like white on my eyebrows, and like since this one's clear, I don't know, and I feel like this one just lays it down better. But I just take a little bit on the brush, like it's the brow lift applicator. But with this, I just brush my eyebrows first against the hair just to get the product in there, and then I start brushing up and lifting the brows. Once I feel that the hairs are like in a good place with the flat part of the applicator thing, I press them down so that they're flat and like they stay, and then again with the brush I go over the top of the brow to shape them into the shape I want. So continuing with the brows, I'm going to carve the bottom of my eyebrow now. I've been using the Maybelline Superstay Activewear Concealer for, I want to say, about a year, maybe year and a half. And I love it for carving out my eyebrows and also spot concealing. So I use the shade 22 for this, and it's like the perfect shade for me. Because the applicator is like, it's like a flat applicator, I just use this to carve out my eyebrows. I don't need like to use another brush for that. I just follow the shape of my eyebrow. Sometimes I do go over the hairs to make it a little bit more straight. Because this is more of like a glam look, I do bring the concealer all the way down my eyelid. If I was doing my everyday makeup, I would just do one line and then just bring it down with a brush. But when I do my glam looks, I like it a little bit more full coverage, you know. And to blend this concealer out, I just use this like kind of flat fluffy brush, like it's like a C brush. I don't even know what it's called. I use this brush. I think my brush set is in my TikTok showcase if you guys are interested. It's from Shop Missy. It's at the AOA studio. It's like an all black set and it comes with a little case if you guys are interested. They're really good brushes. I really like them. So to blend this, I literally just blend it down. Nothing too crazy. Just make sure everything's blended and it looks good. Okay, now that the brows are done, I'm going to go in with my primer for my base. And honestly, I'm running low on this. I need to go get more. But I use the e.l.f. Power Grip Primer, the green one or the pink one. I don't really mind which one. But I usually do like a pump or two just so my makeup stays good. Because usually when I do my like this type of glam look, I'm going to like a party, like a family party or the club. So we got to make sure it stays. I make sure to rub in my primer and then I let it sit for like maybe 30 seconds so until I feel like it gets like tacky. So for foundation, I'm always switching which foundation I use. So I'm just going to show you guys all the ones I use and then we'll decide which one we want to use today. So these are my go-to foundations that I use. So first is the L'Oreal True Match foundation in W6, and I really like this one either for if I'm doing like an everyday, it's like a chill vibe because it's like super light and it's more of a liquidy consistency, but it's like still good coverage, you know. Or I also go to the Neutrogena Flawless Matte CC Cream, and I have this in Fawn 5.0. And I really love this one too because even though it's a CC cream, it has such good coverage, guys. It has such good coverage, and it's like a little bit of a thicker foundation, but it doesn't feel thick or heavy on your face. And then for foundation, I either use the Fenty Beauty Pro Filter foundation or the Beauty Creations Flawless Stay foundation. But these two are not that good of a shade match for me. This one's a little bit too light and this one's a little bit too dark. Well, I do use them on their own, but I make sure to either like bronze up a little bit more or highlight a little bit more. But today, I think I'm going to be mixing these two today because I've never mixed them before. I don't know why. So let's do that today. I think I'm going to do a pump of each just on the back of my hand. And then also, guys, the Beauty Creations foundation does oxidize, so I would go a shade lighter maybe. Like, you guys can literally see the shade difference of these two. And then always to put on my foundation, I use this flat concealer brush from Morphe. It doesn't have a number on it, but yeah, this is the brush. So I'm just gonna mix these two together. But I always carve my eyebrows first. I love carving out my eyebrows. I feel like it just pulls it all together. Oh, went a little too low on that one. I guess we're doing them a little thin today. Honestly, I think I might have let the primer sit a bit too long. But you know what? It's okay. Okay, guys, that was literally the perfect amount of foundation. And to blend my foundation, usually I'll go in with this flat foundation brush or my beauty blender. But today we're going to go in with this brush. And I literally just tap it into my face. I try not to drag it so that, one, I don't move the primer or my sunscreen that's under this. And also so that I don't get any like brush streaks. And then I always blend it down my neck somewhat, just so that it's not too harsh of like a difference. Okay, guys, now onto concealer. I do like to use a pretty lighter concealer just because I just like how it looks a little bit more brighter under the eyes. So I do use the Tarte Shape Tape Creamy Concealer, and then I use it in the shade Light Neutral 22N. Low-key, I was telling my sister I want to get like a lighter shade because I feel like recently it hasn't been highlighting me as much as I would like it to. But if I'm not using the Tarte Shape Tape, I'm using the e.l.f. Camo Concealer. I think they're really similar and I really like both of those. So for my concealer placement, I just put it under my eyes, kind of in a V shape. My concealer placement kind of changes every day depending how I'm feeling. Like sometimes I just put a little bit right here. Sometimes I put it like a lot like this. And then sometimes, not always, I put it in my T-zone. Depends how I'm feeling. I guess today we're gonna do it. But yeah, I also like to let this one sit because it is a creamy concealer. It's more wet. I just like for it to dry up a little bit so that it's a little bit more full coverage as well. So I'm gonna go ahead and blend my T-zone first. So I let my under eye sit a little bit more because I do want that a little more full coverage than this one. I try not to like blend it everywhere. I try to keep it where I place it, so it's not my forehead. I do blend it out a little bit more, but I try to keep it where I place it for the most part. When I'm blending out my concealer, I tap it in first and then I start blending out the edges, so I keep most of the product under my eyes and like in this area right here. And then I always bring it up to lift the face, and then I also bring it to the edge of my nose. Honestly, I feel like it doesn't even look too light for my eyes. I think it's like perfect, this shade. And then I do like to put the excess concealer on my eyelids to also brighten up the eyelids, and just like, I feel like when you put concealer on your eyelids, it makes your makeup look even more like full coverage, if you know what I mean. I don't know if that makes sense, but makes sense to me. So to set / bake my face, I use the Kimchi Puff Puff Pass powder in translucent. I love this powder. It's so blurring. Oh my god, it's literally the perfect powder. I used to use the Airspun powder. That was like the first powder that like I ever used, and I like that one too, but this one, it's just even more blurring, and I love it. It is a little bit more on the pricier side in my opinion, but I just pick up kind of a lot of product on my powder puff and I dab it on the back of my hand to like, so it's not like powder, you know. And then I just set my under eyes by tapping. And then I get more of that and I tap more, like I try to concentrate it a little bit more. And then with whatever is left, I set my eyelids right away because I don't want them to crease. I mainly set like the edges of my face. More so the places that are not gonna have powder on them, I set them like right here. I don't know what that's called. And then my T-zone, I set it as well. I used to not even set my face. Like I would just like do my under eyes and my eyelids, maybe right here. But I started doing it and I've noticed like kind of a big difference in my makeup. So now I'm gonna go into bronzer, and I use the Jack & Hill Cosmetics. It's actually a pressed powder, but I use it as bronzer, and I have it in the shade Brightening Deep. This is the shade. It's actually a pressed powder. I forgot that it was, but guys, don't look at my brushes, okay? They're super dirty. I need to wash them like so fucking bad. But I just use an angled fluffy brush for my bronzer, and this bronzer is, or this pressed powder is pretty pigmented, so I do dust it off. Where I put my bronzer, if you guys see my shadow right here, I don't put it right where under my cheekbones, I put it on my cheekbones, you know. And then so I just go in circular motions. I start off at the edge of my face and I slowly blend it in, and then I blend it up towards my forehead, kind of in a 3, you know. So I blend it up to my forehead and then bring it back down, and then the excess I put it on my jawline. Not too much. I never like too much bronzer on my jawline. And whatever is left on the brush, with the edge of my brush, I go on the side of my nose and then add some color there. This is my version of contouring my nose. I don't do too much, honestly. It's just to add more color to my face. And then with whatever's left on that, I go in on my eyelid, and then that's kind of my eyeshadow. Okay, moving on to blush. The blush I always use every day, and it's like my go-to blush, is a Kimchi X Trixie Mattel blush. This is in the shade BRB Blush 01 Pink Era, and this is what it looks like. It has more of a hot pink and then a baby pink shade, but I mix them. And then again, I use another angled fluffy brush. This one's a little bit more fluffier because I like spreading out my blush a little bit more. But I just mix the 2 shades, and then right on top of my bronzer, on top of my cheekbone as well, I mainly place it right here in an upward way. I try not to drag it too towards my face. I feel like it makes my face look droopy, honestly. But yeah, that's how I place my blush. And my brush, I don't do circular motions. I just tap it in, and I kind of on my cheekbones a little bit, but bringing it up at the same time. And then the excess I tap onto my T-zone just to bring it all together, and so it's not just pink, you know. I feel like pink blush is my go-to. I like orangey blushes too, but I don't know, there's just a pink blush just does it every time. So after my powders, I would usually set my face, but right now I ran out of my setting spray, so I don't have that. But it's okay. I usually use the e.l.f. setting spray, either like the blue one or the green one. Now let's move on to eyes. So because I put bronzer on my eyelids, I'm not gonna do eyeshadow. Sometimes I will do eyeshadow, but not usually. I don't, but I am gonna do eyeliner. Instead of black eyeliner, I've just been using a brown eyeliner, but it's like kind of dark that it looks black, so I'm like, it's whatever. But I use the Shop Missy Artista eyeliner, and it's in the shade brown, like I told you guys. I used to do thicker wings, like whenever I would do my eyeliner, like I would do it hella long and thick because I had hooded eyes, so I'm like, it has to show, you know. But recently I've just been doing it a little bit smaller because I have hooded eyes. I do my eyeliner more straight out than up, because if I do it up, it looks curved, and personally me, I just don't like how that looks on my eyes. I feel like it makes my eyes look even more droopy, so I like to do it straight out. So let's do that. Literally right where my eye, like my eyelash ends, I go from there and I just do a straight line out. That's literally it. And then I just make it a little bit thicker and connect it to my eyelid. And I also don't do it, my eyeliner, from my inner corner. I do it kind of from the middle of my eyelid and then out. And then I just fill it in, and that's pretty much it. That's my eyeliner. Like this one, I messed it up. So what I do is I take the brush that I used to apply my foundation on, and I just use that to clean it up. I don't add more product. I just clean this one up, and we're good for the most part. And then I just tap it with my finger, and that usually fixes it. Honestly, today they came out good, kind of on the first try. I just need to thicken this one up a little bit. Well, honestly, whenever they're like pretty close to each other, but like I still see a difference, I'm gonna just leave it, because then they're gonna get thicker and thicker and thicker, and no, that's not what we want today. And then today I am gonna be wearing lashes, so I'm not gonna do too much mascara. But even though I am gonna be wearing lashes, I still curl them and apply mascara. You gots to, girl, you gots to. If I'm just wearing my natural lashes, I do heat up my eyelash curler, because my lashes do not stay curled, girl. So I do like to heat it up whenever I am gonna wear just mascara on the lashes. But today's mascara is gonna be the Rare Beauty mascara. Honestly, I love this mascara. Like, I don't know, it's just something about it. It just makes your lashes look so good. But I'm just gonna put a light layer. I'm just putting mascara to help my lashes blend in with the false lashes, because they do have powder and product on them, and you know, just to help blend them, like I said. And then I'm gonna add a little bit of mascara on the outer edges of my bottom lashes. So for lashes, these are gonna be the lashes that I'm using today, but like this style of lashes is like my favorite, and I think it looks super good on my eye, because I do have smaller eyes, so I don't like super dramatic lashes, because I feel like it just makes my eyes look smaller. So I'm gonna be using these today. For lash glue, I use the Duo brush on lash glue. I am really low on this, so I need to get more of it, but this is my favorite lash glue that I've had. And this lash glue, you really don't need much of it. Like, I put so little on it, and it makes my lashes stay really good. So I'm just putting a light layer of this, but I do try to put a little bit more in my inner corner, because that's usually where I have trouble like sticking it on good. So with my lashes, I make sure to stick on the middle first, and then I do the edges. So I always do it looking down, up, and then I do the outer edge. I stick that to the end of my eyelash line, and then I do the inner corners, and that's one lash. Okay, and those are the lashes, but I am gonna wait for the glue to dry down, mainly almost completely. But I don't know if you guys can tell, like there's like a little space where my lashes are and where the false lashes are. So what I do when the lash glue is pretty much dry, with my tweezers or my fingers, I just pinch down the lashes, and it makes it all look more like together and like it's your lashes, you know. So those are my lashes done for now. My lips are usually almost always the same. It's always a brown lip liner with a lighter shade in the middle, whether that's a gloss, matte, metallic even sometimes. But today I'm actually going to be trying a new lip set that I got. It's the Murillo Twins X Beauty Creations Love Me Nude Lip Trio. I just got this the other day, and I'm so excited to try it. I know they came out with their like collab a while ago, but I never got to try it. So I'm excited to try this one. And this is their second collab, not their first one. But yeah, it comes with the lip liner, a liquid lipstick, I believe. Oh no, lip gloss, and then a lip bullet lipstick. So the lip liner is more of like a softer brown than I would usually go for. I usually use the NYX lip liner in the shade Espresso, and it's of a darker shade. Let me show you guys. So this is the shade that I usually use like every day. It's more of a lighter brown than I would usually go to, but today we are gonna use it because it is new and I want to use it. A ver cómo se ve. Yeah, this might be too light. Yeah, this is way too light for me, so we're not gonna use this. We might use it in the middle because it is super creamy. Okay, so then we're gonna go in with the NYX Espresso, because that one was too light. I guess we're gonna mix those two shades because I didn't take it off, so it's fine. So I do the line on the top and the bottom, and then I blend in like the corners, so everything blends out more seamlessly whenever I put the middle shade. And I do overline the slightest bit, but not too much, you know. The Moodial Twins lip liner, I'm gonna go in the middle, or kind of all over, I guess. Okay, not too bad. I kind of like that. I'll put a little bit more of the espresso. Honestly, my lips, it's always like back and forth, just so everything is blended out good. I want to see the shade of these, if they're the same. The lipstick is a little bit lighter. I'm gonna put it on top. Fuck it. Okay, I like that. Should I put the gloss on top? Fuck it. Let's see, what does the gloss look like? I feel like it's more of a pinky nude. This is the gloss right here. I'm just gonna put it on top. Not too much though. Wait, I like that. I think I'm gonna darken it up a little bit more. I'm gonna put more of the espresso on. I do like my lips more dark than like light. Okay, now I'm pretty sure the lash screw should be dried, so I'm gonna take my tweezers and just pinch the lashes in. You do have to be careful because sometimes the lash screw isn't fully dry, and we took off the lash. Great. Okay guys, I fixed the lash, everything's good. My makeup is officially done. But guys, this is what the makeup looks like. It came out so freaking good. I really love how my makeup came out today. It was a very good makeup day. But guys, this is my go-to glam look for whenever I'm gonna go out, literally to family parties, friends parties, the club, anywhere, girl. Whenever I want to spice up my makeup a little bit, or honestly even my everyday makeup, sometimes this is what I do. But guys, this is the look. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.